welcome to the Patriot Hour. I'm Michael, your host for 6/14/2018. We got some new Anon Q clearance, breadcrumbs, drops, updates. Don't go anywhere, and we're going to get right into them. Alright, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Please subscribe, maybe ring the bell, toggle the switch to get the updates, notifications to your device, so when we put out a video, you get alerted. Maybe after the video, like, thumbs up, leave a comment. Everybody check the description box and the comments. We really appreciate that here at the channel. It gets the collective thought thinking, which is important, folks, to hear lots and lots of good ideas about something, or, you know, the best research put forth, to hear a few different ideas and what sits best, what makes the most sense, what's logical. That's what we're about here, trying to be logical. Okay, so Q, I did read this one earlier. We'll reread it for context, but 1498 in the series. Rod Rosenstein approved, signed FISA warrant applications, because there was a couple, right? Every 60 or 90 days it would expire. And when you go back to that FISA to get another extension to keep on doing the surveilling, you have to have new evidence that you found within that last, couple of months to bring forth to keep it going. So you can't initiate a FISA and then just keep going off the initial thing for years. You'd have to keep finding new evidence. So we got Rod Rosenstein signed, approved, and then signed the FISA warrant applications with an S, right, to extend surveillance on POTUS and others. What evidence to support? Snowball, Rod Rosenstein at White House. Why was Rachel Brand removed? Critical thinking, Q. All right, so then this takes us to Donald J. Trump on the 5th of June, all right? So we're talking about 9 days ago, 3:30 in the morning, 3:38. What is taking so long with the Inspector General's report on crooked Hillary and slippery James Comey? Numerous delays. Hope report is not being changed and made weaker. There are so many horrible things to tell. The public has the right to know. Transparency. All right. So, and then last night, all right, this is last night at 22:50. Just wanted to touch base again because in light of the IG being released today, and I went over this in my last video, POTUS was in possession of and reviewing. This is at 22:50, so 10:50 p.m. last night, 1497 in the series. POTUS in possession of and reviewing: 1. Original IG unredacted. 2. Modified IG unredacted report, the Rod Rosenstein version. Number 3. Modified IG redacted report by Rod Rosenstein. 4. The IG summary notes regarding obstruction, Z with an S, to obtain select info, classified. Number 3 will be released tomorrow, which is today, is supposedly what we got. The modified IG redacted report, Rod Rosenstein version. All right, so they got the FBI, DOJ handling of the HRC email investigation. Who has a sole ability to declassify it all? POTUS. Did you witness a stage being set yesterday? We did. Nunez, Grassley, and the Freedom Caucus pushed for the docs. Rod Rosenstein, central figure within the docs, personally involved. Known conflict. Immediate impeachment, resignation, termination, recusal if ever brought to light. Be loud, be heard, fight for truth. All right, so then that was the 13th, but on the 5th, you have Trump saying what he says, And then late last night, we find out there's a original, the modified, and then a third and a fourth. We're going to get that third one. We need to get that original. Number 1 is what we want, folks. So again, on these Rod Rosenstein approval, signed the FISA warrants. These are from 5/21, so May 21st. Military op, Green, General Kelly, JFK. Full disclosure, general statement. Once the extremely guarded and highly classified information is finally revealed to the House investigators, DNI, and then the public, Rod Rosenstein must recuse or forcefully be terminated. Rod Rosenstein problems. What was Rod Rosenstein's Senate confirmation vote? Ray reports to Rod Rosenstein. Important fact. Who do you trust? Rod Rosenstein, recused, fired. Who has direct oversight of Mueller? Bob Mueller. Sessions, unrecused, or number 3, until refill. Who is Rachel Brand? Why was Rachel Brand dismissed? Think timing. All right, so again, yesterday, reread 10 times, 50 times, 100 times, slowly and carefully. Stop after each sentence, analyze, understand the significance, reread again, continue. Appointment of second special counsel would fail. Think why. Sealed tight. Race for time. They depend on winning in November to defend/impeach, stop investigations. Their only hope. I will leave this link underneath, so check the description box. Turley. He's a professor, right? Professor John Turley of like George Washington College. Sessions appointing Utah federal prosecutor much better for Trump than the second special counsel. I read this the other day. I think I read it a little bit earlier. I'll read a little bit here again. Washington, D.C., Professor Jonathan Turley, a top national legal expert on government investigations, commented on Thursday about Attorney General Jeff Sessions' decision to bring in U.S. Attorney John Huber. Turley called it brilliant to combine all the powers of the U.S. Department of Justice Inspector General with a prosecutor who can bring charges, seek indictments, and get results for President Trump far more quickly than a second special counsel. Turley is a law professor at George Washington University who attained national fame during the 1998 impeachment of President Bill Clinton. As a top legal authority on special counsels and congressional investigations of government wrongdoing, including criminal wrongdoing, his reputation has only grown during the intervening 20 years as he has weighed in on scandals and investigations of public officials from both political parties. Sessions sent a letter over to the House Judiciary Committee Chairman Bob Goodlatte, Republican out of Virginia, House Oversight Committee Trey Gowdy, South Carolina, and Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Chuck Grassley from Iowa, informing them that Huber is conducting a full-fledged criminal investigation into all the matters Republicans are calling for a special counsel to investigate. Huber has been investigating these possible crimes for 5 months, since November 13th, 2017. During an interview on Lou Dobbs' Fox Business network show, Turley explained to the guest host Stuart Varney that the media are very wrongly reporting that Sessions will not appoint a second special counsel, and he's not doing anything. Everyone was saying that Sessions won't do anything. He was looking like he's just complicit. He did not foreclose the possibility of a special counsel, he insisted. Instead, Turley explained that Sessions has ordered Huber to team up with the Inspector General, the IG, within the Justice Department to investigate these matters. Sessions informed Congress in his letter that all the matters recommended for investigation by Goodlatte, Gowdy, and Grassley are fully within the scope of Huber's existing mandate. He also informed the chairman that Inspector General Michael Horowitz, who is working with Huber, has a staff of 470 investigators, giving Huber access to enormous investigative firepower that far exceeds the staff of any special counsel. So it goes on to say here that he was doing like a power move. It was Huber. Huber's a Utah lawyer, not a D.C. lawyer. The distance between him and Washington is very important, Turley explained, because Huber is not part of the deep state. That is, not cozy buddies with the cocktail party scene that is suspected of perpetrating all of these actions against President Trump. Turley said President Trump should be very happy that Sessions chose this route of appointing Huber, who has the power to seek indictments, prosecute cases, and teamed up with Horowitz, who has 470 investigators at his disposal, if the president wants to see swift and decisive action. I had said that this was probably just... He also said, as a U.S. attorney, Huber has full authority to impanel a grand jury and to file criminal charges. A grand jury can be impaneled anywhere, by the way, which means that it could be a group of citizens from deep red Utah in the heart of Trump country instead of D.C. swamp that decides whether to hand down indictments or, for felony prosecution. So they called it a good move. I think Sessions did the right thing here, said Turley, and I think the president should listen to General Sessions on this one. Sessions can always appoint a special counsel, Truly explained, but that should not even be necessary because Huber has the ability to prosecute cases. Do these prosecutors have the same power to investigate and get to the bottom of things that a special counsel would have already asked? And actually, yes, Turley answered. And I think people are missing what could be a brilliant move here by Sessions. What he did is essentially combine the powers of Inspector General with the powers of a line prosecutor. All right, so I will leave that link in the description box below. So make sure you check that out if you guys want to read that full article again. Now it comes out today. It came out. We did it earlier. And then you have Trump here talking about, hope it's not being changed or toned down, made weaker. The American people have the right to know. So what we're talking about here, getting loud and be heard. Fight for the truth. So these last three lines in 1496, Trump will release number one. But we got to be loud. We got to be heard, and we got to fight for truth. It's very simple. And then the bigger thing is, it's like Rod Rosenstein directly involved. So did this, thing have to come through him, and it's a Rod Rosenstein version? And it basically took him out of what we got today, because I didn't see much. So we get to the second one or the first one that we should original, and it's going to have him all up in there. He's directly, it's a known conflict. If he, is also in the position to where he's having to, look at this as well and sign off on, that's one we can release. Not only just because you might know somebody involved and this and that, so he has to kind of recuse. This is like direct involvement. All right, we're at the 15-minute mark. I just wanted to do a quick little update on that. It looks like we got, like we said, the number third, heavily redacted, heavily missing, things pulled out. Trump was worried about it. Of course, they're going to fight for what we got. That's, the other side got to do some heavy, moving around with some words and taking some things out. So we just got to fight, be loud, and get that original one released. So Trump says it there himself. We have the right to know. All right, and one more thing here. I went over this again in a couple videos ago, but we'll do it here. So, live time on that would have been at 1500. So at at 1520. On the 12th, 1520, we had Castle Arrival Good. Now that came on the 12th by Q, June 12th, 2018, 1520. So that's 3:20 p.m. on June 12th. All right, let me do that again. Go to the original one right there. So 1473, Castle Arrival Good, June 12th, 1520. And then the POTUS is the official POTUS schedule for the Twitter account. We got Wednesday, 13th June at 06 in the morning. This is a quote, and if it's the POTUS schedule, because you could also have the White House and other accounts that are associated, but you know, Trump's got his own, then you have the White House, then you have the POTUS schedule people, and there's tons of others. Good to be back at the castle. No time for rest and relaxation. We must continue to serve the American people. 3:46 a.m. on the 13th is when that quote was taken. They didn't post this until, well, that's when this came out. But they got 06. The POTUS and the motorcade arrival. Okay, so they're just giving you a little but that was all posted early on. 3:46, but still about a 12-hour difference. And you got the same lingo. Castle Arrival Good. Good to be back at the castle. And that's a Trump quote. So just to throw that in there for you guys again. All right, I'm Michael. This is a Patriot Hour update video on a little bit of the IG report and the heavily redacted, toned down version that we received today. We need to be loud, be heard, and we can get, Trump is going to release the original, unredacted, untouched, for all the American people to see, he says. It's important that we see this. No more lies and covering up for anyone. All right, so again, I'm Michael, the Patriot Hour. Thanks for stopping by. If you're new, please subscribe again, ring the bell, leave a comment, and check back often. And we typically get a video out every other day. We were supposed to do one today, the Patriot Hour, actual the weekly hour long, but according to schedules and stuff, it doesn't work out. So we will try to get something here soon in the next few days. All right, we'll see you back here. Good evening. God bless and Godspeed to each and every one of you. And we'll see you back here in the next update.